Hey, I got a package, and it's from my good friend Matthew, who I met here on this channel, and he's just the epitome of some of the great folks here that I've met through this channel, and I just appreciate you all. But Matthew sent me this really cool piece of H-harness webbing. I've never seen anything like this. Look how this belt comes down. Can you see? Can you see how it comes down? I've never seen that. This is just a wild piece of gear. Let's see. At first, I didn't think it was U.S. gear, but it is. It's Special Operations Technologies. And man, this is really, really interesting. I have never seen this piece of kit. So, man, thank you, Matthew. I really appreciate this. And I'm going to take it apart and clean it up a little bit and just kind of go over some of its attributes here and see what we can do with it. So I've taken the holster and the ammo pouches off just so we can get a clean look at it. And like I said, I really like how it cuts down here and has this molly. I mean, it looks like it's really set up for pistol carry or drop leg or something like that. I really enjoy it. Now this up here where it attaches to the very sparse H harness, that's kind of wild. Has a real wrecky old school look to it, doesn't it? Not sure how much I like the idea of all those strings and stuff, but it's very interesting, and you know, there's all kind of ways of doing it. So it's really interesting. Very padded, very padded. And when you look on the back, I really like this very simple design where the belt length is adjustable because it doubles over and velcros, and of course your body helps hold the velcro shut. Simple. I mean, not a lot to it. Very common sense. And then the belt is captured. It's sewn in and part of the padded molly belt on top. Just really kind of common sense. Very padded and nice. I like it a lot. So now that I've got this all apart, I'm going to take the H harness off, and I'm going to scrub this down and get it all cleaned up. Get this tape off. Just basically clean it all up. I'm even going to clean the mag holders, and these are great mag holders. They'll accept just about any single or double stack magazine as long as they're not too long. And it's real interesting how they're made. This is just some cheap plastic square stock, and then the Velcro goes inside of it, and it's an inexpensive and kind of a low-tech way of just really grasping and holding the magazine. This just glancing at it, looks like it might fit a Beretta. Oh, that's interesting. Really like this plate that it's attached to, and that'll fit, I think, either Safariland or Black Hawk holsters. So this really may come in handy. And I'm trying to figure out, I don't think it's homemade. I think it's made for this, but I've not personally seen this little doodad. It's kind of neat. So I'm not too happy with this rig with just the paracord, or maybe this is bungee cord. No, it's just a paracord. Not too happy with that kind of rig. I want to do something different. So I rummaged through my stuff and I found these Z-locks. And so sure enough, they'll work on there. Don't know how happy I am about these kind of sharp edges. I'm not sure they would bother me, but I'm gonna put these on and see what they're like. I also thought I would like to maybe do some Fastex buckles. I didn't have any Fastex buckles with the Z-lock type ends, so I've ordered some, and they'll be here in a week or two. Ordered some from Mil-Spec Monkey. But I'm going to put these on and see what these are like. So you can see how that attached. And then you just snap these into place, and they look like that. And like I said, they're not sharp, but they got these little points on the end that I don't know. They may end up getting in the way. Not sure. So there they are, all Z-locked into place. And again, if you're looking for gear like this, that'll really help you with your DIY and when you're trying to take used military surplus gear and kind of refurb it and make it work again. I can't find a better place than Mil-Spec Monkey. MilSpecMonkey.com. You go to the store and they've got all kind of little doodads and doohickeys and thingamajigs that are great for piecing gear together. So I recommend them. And now that I've got all that done, I've got the belt adjusted to my waist. It's time to put the Y harness, or the H harness back on. It's an H because it's got 4, a Y has 3. So make sure you have your straps adjusted correctly. I had put one of these Z-locks on backwards, so I had to take it off and redo it. So I've got it so that this thing's going to go over me and around, and the belt's going to go around. You get what I'm saying. So everything's adjusted correctly, and then I'm going to put the doodads back on. And I really like these doodads because they go around the entire belt, and not just through the PALS webbing. And then of course on the back you've got this. Let's see if I can show you these belt loops here. It's really a good design. Birdie likes it. So I've been thinking about what I want to do with this piece of gear, and I think I want to make it my main pistol belt. And in order for it to be my main pistol belt, I'm going to have to make it where it'll hold any of my main pistols. And I'm an old 45 guy, but I'm also a 9mm guy. So I looked at the pouches that came on this belt, and even though I'm pretty sure they're good for Beretta 92 mags, my SIG mags really are tight in there. I don't like them. So I think I'm going to hold these over because they're wonderful for 45 mags. So I think I'm going to keep these for my belt that is just dedicated to my 45. And I'm going to put them aside. Matter of fact, I had one just like it already. And sure enough, that says M9 pouch. And they're exactly the same deal. So I'm going to put them aside. And instead, I have a plethora of magazine pouches that will fit not only my SIG double stack, but also will hold my 45 magazines just fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this thing up so the magazine pouches will be good for either weapon system. So I've chosen these 2 mag pouches. I think 4 mag pouches will be pretty good. And these are neat. They have these little plastic inserts that hug the magazine, and they work on both magazines really well. Let me show you. As you can see, both magazines fit in there just fine. This plastic insert, it's built like this, and it grabs the magazine and holds it pretty firmly, but they're also pretty easy to get out, and I like that. The plastic almost acts as a spring. When you pull out, it kind of pushes it up into your hand. I don't know if you can see it in there, but it's a neat little system, and I've got several that work that way. After trying the belt on, I've decided I'm going to take a couple of these single magazine pouches, and I'm going to make use of this place right up here at the very front. I'm going to put one on each. And that way, and this doesn't have that plastic insert. This is just a pouch, a GP pouch. So that way it's good for another magazine or a pocket knife or a multi-tool. So I think that'll be a good addition and make use of that space. Now that we've figured out our magazine pouches, we got to figure out how we're going to attach our pistol. And the system I go with is Blackhawk. I have a universal Blackhawk holster for my SIG. I have a holster for my 45, and I have all kind of attachments so that I can attach them to different things. And the system they have, I'm trying to remember what the name of this system is. Let's see, do I have it written down here? The Serpa Quick Connect system. And what it consists of is they got these pieces that attach in some way to your belt, to your harness, to whatever. And then these little pieces are part of the holster themselves. And it clicks in, and that way you can actually change out holsters from rigs. And I think it's a neat little system. I like it. And it kind of, because of the thickness of it, it kind of sticks the holster out a little bit. And I found that I like that too. So that's the system I'm going to go with. That way I can change out holsters fairly quick. All right, so I've attached one of these PALS webbing connectors that Blackhawk makes. And PALS webbing was a little off, but hey, this is probably some first generation PALS webbing here. But it went on really tight. It ain't coming off. And then I've attached this Serpa thing. So here's what I've got. So here's my holster for my 45. Here's my holster. It's a universal holster actually, but it's the holster for my SIG with the Romeo on it. And the way these work is they just go on and click. Go on and click. And then when you want them off, you flip up these little ears and then twist it back and it comes right off. And it's a good little system, very secure. And like I said, I like it because it pushes the holster out just a little bit and away from the body. And I like that, especially if you're wearing some gear. You just want to have good clearance. You can also do it with a drop holster. I didn't really want to do it with this one because this kind of gives you the drop. Drop holsters are good. I personally think that they go too long, and that's why I always take off the top strap so that just the bottom strap will be grabbing, because I think you can go two drop with a drop leg holster. But I'm liking this setup. I really think it's going to be a nice little rig, and the only thing I need to do now is put a good little IFAK on here, and I've got a nice little pistol rig, and I'm really happy with it. And I want to say again, thank you to Matthew for sending me this. I really do appreciate you, brother, and thank you for watching.